recording.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Mr. FBI. We could use a tank if you know anybody.
Literally says recording in the name that makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. My name is Jacob. I'm going to be your dungeon master. We're here breaking out with our first campaign using the starter set. Our boys are running the Lost Mines of Phandalin. We have ourselves our intrepid rogue, Galak.
Hello.
We have a very charming sorcerer / cleric, Kyveris.
Like, who's the wizard? What's up?
The wizard. And a very enigmatic, ridiculous, and all-around funny motherfucker, Dan Rock.
What the frick? Can we get a take two on that?
Yeah, are you being smothered underwater?
Your fucking mic.
No. Here. Cut out.
Well, God, Rock.
Damn it. Damn it. I just... Why my sensitivity so shiz? Yeah. Let me turn it down. There you go.
Yeah, I think you maxed out the mic.
Two.
You can just say Dan Rock and we can edit it later.
Yeah, we can edit that.
Hello. My name's Dan Rock.
Jesus Christ. Every time he talks, it's different.
What?
He turned into a fucking bullywog.
Oh,
I mean,
what
you
the
love
hell?
the Cody, right?
But anyway.
He'd be a good spy. Every time he talks, it sounds different. He's always doing different things.
I go, ha! I go,
I'll just edit in the time where you're like, I want my 10 coins by now.
Anytime he's ever introduced himself, just take that clip from the video and paste it over top of whatever the fuck he just did.
What? No.
Hey, what's your name?
Let's be guys.
Alright.
Wait, was I dead in the last round?
Yes!
Didn't we do a long rest?
You were starting your you were going back into your long rest, yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
What the
Oh my
frick?
god.
Sorry. Hey, he's not here. There, I'm back. It must be my headset. I should switch to digital. There we go.
Jordan.
He's not here, so we're not doing the D&D yet. Ugh.
I noticed.
There, you should let me know. Literally, I'm standing 2 feet away with my headset plugged in. If it starts
Why are
glitching
you
out,
standing?
huh?
He's got one of those standing desks.
No, well, yes, I do have a standing desk, but I'm not standing.
I was just trying to cover for you.
Oh,
Jeez.
thank you.
Wow.
He was covered.
Goddamn, man.
Oh, wait,
Don't cover for him. Let him
Wait.
stand on his own.
Jordan, are you
I
here?
got tired of watching him fall over.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Alright! Last time on D&D, the Omega Squadron base, we seen Kalak decided to sleep on the roof of the inn instead of his comfy king-size bed, like a dumb. And in the instance of the night, a ethereal figure came, brushed the fingers along his cheek, and he lost 5 total hit points.
Oh,
Discord's doing it. Keeps cutting in and out.
oh boy.
His maximum hit points went down by 5 points.
It's not my fault.
Early in the morning, Kyveris decided, I am going to go check on the chef goblins, while everyone's still sleeping. A small female goblin ran across his path, and he was like, my senses are tingling, must follow. Must collect them all.
Yeah.
And after following the young female goblin, a very strange feeling came across him, as in, this is not right. The goblin gave him a, what was the warning? What's the phrase I'm looking for here? A very curious warning before blasting him in the chest with a magic missile.
If I remember, it was something about you heroes are all the same or something like that. Or you
Something like that.
adventurers.
Something like that. And employing ancient techniques of the bronze dragon, handed down throughout generations of his family, Kyverus decided, run away. That's his course of action. Monty Python style. In the middle of running, a thought came to him. He's like, people cannot hear me. Let me make a very loud noise that everyone can hear within 300 feet of me. And thunderclapped. Startling poor Kalak, who almost fell off the roof of the building, and awakening everyone else within the community, who came running to his aid. There was a call put out. Kyverus, would you like to tell us what the code was?
That would be a code Red 12, otherwise known as a stupid bitch alert. The highest order, it's like, on the list of priorities, that's about the highest you can go.
If this was a more futuristic-based campaign, you would see sections of rooftops and the protective wall around the town hatches would flip open, turrets would rise.
DEFCON 1, DEFCON 1.
Automated rocket launchers would be scanning the surroundings with their red little laser lights. There would be a complete total lockdown of Phandalin. No land, air, sea, or
Subterranean.
Subterranean, thank you, underterranean. Subterranean movement would be allowed in or out.
Fucking like the dome on Springfield from the Simpsons movie.
Something like that. And in a thrilling battle where you guys compared it to being harder than the dragon, which makes me sad. Just at legitimately 1 HP, she plane shifted and walked away.
How you friggin'
Kalak, in a moment of inspiration, early in the fight, decided to activate his monocle of True Sight. I'm sorry, monocle of Saint Lucas. That gives him True Sight, and was able to watch as this cocky bitch just turned and walked away.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Halfway through following her, she realized, hey, they can see me. Shit. Just return to home base, act like everything's cool. And in returning to the Cragmaw hideout cave that you guys attacked the Goblin clan and killed Clark the Bugbear, you encountered more ghouls and ghast, and a zombified Clark himself, flanked by 2 zombie ogres. As the night hag walked in, Kalak still wanted to walk in after her. Seeing this group of how to put it, thriller knockoffs from Michael Jackson's music video. It took the intervention of the big bad man all the way in the back of the cave. I will say that I was surprised that Jordan just picked up his goblins and said nope and left. Garrett, in a attempt to back up his friend, decided to hype this shit up like, yeah, come on, I'm right here.
Now you're making me look bad.
I'm a bat.
Susan left with you.
Yeah, no, yeah. Come on, Susie, let's go play Go Fish.
Yeah. And it took the timely intervention of a Mind Blast, dealing 20-some points of damage, to get Kalak to go, hold the fuck on. No. Had to carry a unconscious Stanrock back to Phandalin. where Kalak decided to go off on his own, while the rest of his friends, note my use of the word friends, went to find Radolf to find out if he knew a cure to fix Kalak's condition. The old man was feverish with the cold. They thought he was down for the count, and I really thought about killing him, but I realized that would be too cruel for such a fan favorite NPC that's had like 2 episodes. Less than 2 episodes.
It seems like every NPC you make becomes a fan favorite.
Yep.
I make that attempt. I realize I'm making the same mistake other D&D podcasts do, where it's like, oh yeah, they're having a hard time. Let's introduce this overpowered NPC to solve the problem. But not today. Radolf, realizing that he could cure himself in a blinding streak of genius, jumped to his feet, forgetting that he was only in his undergarments, as an 80-year-old man tends to do. Poor Miss Elderleaf. Poor Miss Elderleaf. Had to witness this. Finding Kalak was no easy matter, but Susan was hot on the trail. And as the group met up with young Susan, Radolf realized, you know what? I've seen this kind of attitude before. You boys stay here. Peace, I'm out. Walked into a tree. Not just walked into and hit, but merged with the tree, only to step out upon the branch that poor Kalak was trying to hide in the leaves of, which would have been even more funny if you would have tried to run away from him.
Yeah, I very quickly saw this going hentai for some reason.
Oh.
And I didn't really want to do
Man
that.
of culture, I'm glad you saw that.
That was nowhere near what I was going to do.
Well, I guess I'm the one with the dirty mind this time. What were you going to do?
Well, I mean, if you were going to run from him, he was going to restrain you. But
Well, I just meant like vines jumping out and restrain. You know what? Never mind.
oh, it would have been vines. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were on par.
I was exaggerating.
Well, you know what.
There was not going to be any kind of penetration.
No, yeah, I know. Like I said, I was exaggerating. Like step 1 of 3.
Yep. And in a very strange twist, Radolf pulls out this little baggie of white powdery dust to only realize Kalak thought he was getting high, but it turned out to be 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust. He promptly fell unconscious when he realized that, hey, this is what costs to heal you.
Small price to pay.
It's a small price to pay for 5 max hit points. With that, with Kalak healed, y'all returned to Phandalin and decided we're not going to allow this poor bird to sleep on his own. So Dan Rock decided to strap him into the bed.
Yep.
Y'all put some snares up. He put some green paint around the window and the door. Took his fucking suit of armor off. Propped it up against the door.
Yep.
Everyone was in the room. And then he promptly fell asleep for the most part. Everyone was in the room, weren't they?
Oh yeah, at that time.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Only to have, for that evening, the same night hag, fully healed, clean shift, back into the room, and making another pass at our young bird friend. Only to trip Radolf's trap. Radolf, being the old genius druid pothead that he is, paranoid as he is, set a planar imprisonment trap around the bed. So as this beautiful, seemingly beautiful woman materialized straddling Kalak's hips.
It was a really weird time.
It was a really weird time, it was. The trap triggered, and instantly she flared with pain, transforming back into the night hag, screaming her head off, straddling Kalak, promptly woke up and was like, "What the fuck is going on? Get this screaming bitch off of me!" In a very short bout, considering that you had one extra person, we saw Dan Rock's true nature. He pulled out his family signet ring.
Yep.
Got down to one knee.
Yep.
Still in the buff.
Yep.
And proposed to the night hag. Brought all action to a stop. Even the night hag. As he made his case and promptly rolled poorly. And I do believe she clawed you, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kinky.
Should have said that.
Considering the fact that someone was still strapped to the bed a moment ago.
Someone walks into this.
Walks into this room. Kalak strapped to the bed. Radoff wielding a glowing mace. Dan Rock in his undergarments kneeling to propose to a night hag. Susan, Cadaverous, and the goblins are just like,
Dumbfounded, yeah.
At bringing the night hag down, and in an attempt to bind her, and I guess in Kalak's mind to torture her, the moment he formed a mental connection, that same buzzing static filled everyone's heads, and another 18 or so points of damage later, the night hag's head explodes. Everyone's got a killer headache, and Dan Rock is unconscious in the hallway.
Morning blast.
to the revelation from Radoff, who stares at Kalak in bewilderment, and asks the one question that was on everyone's mind: "How in the fuck did you piss off a mind flare?" So, boys, we left off. You guys still had some hours left to take your long rest. I'll go ahead and I'll allow Dan Rock to go ahead and hit his long rest.
I mean, he is fully unconscious.
He is fully unconscious. Yes.
I mean, you could just leave me there.
I would carry you to your bed, but I'm still tied up with a pillow stuffed in my beak.
No, we freed you, remember?
Oh,
Yeah,
you did?
you were attacking. Yeah, you were attacking the night hag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I did have a question about that, but if that's the case,
He used an action to.
in that case, I've carried Dan Rock back to his bed.
No, I
Dan Rock is now in your bed.
In
bed?
his bed.
Oh, in his bed.
Jeez, man.
I thought you were returning the favor. You were carrying him to your bed and tying him up.
Oh!
You can use that cannon vial.
No.
Unfortunately, his mouth being much smaller than you were only able to fit
A hacky sack.
a hacky sack in his mouth.
Dear God.
Do you want to make it canon or no?
I brought you to your bed, and I did not tie you up.
Mama.
You brought Dan Rock to his bed. Kyveris took his goblins back to their room. Susan.
Very
bade you all
questioning
good
of
night.
his life choices.
Susan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Susan's been questioning his life choices since he fucking met you guys. But there's that point where he's at the end. He smiles and thinks, you know what? This has been the most fun I've had in my entire life. Strange as they are, as
They're
clingy
my
as Dan,
family.
as clingy as Dan Rock is at night, I still enjoy my time.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Radoff still in Kalak's room as you return from dropping off Dan Rock and depositing him into his own bed. His armor still in your room.
That is a good point.
Radoff looks at you and goes,
You know what? Is there any way I can touch up the bow tie, the green bow tie?
You can do whatever the hell
with,
you want.
with what?
Frick. You know what? How about some of the blood from the night hag?
I was about to say that.
You, sure. Give me a performance check. Just
One second.
Just imagine
15.
this.
15? Alright, what are you trying to do? Just touch it up, make it look good?
I'm trying to put like these,
'Cause it's-
maybe like horns and frills and a few vines on the bottom.
Alright, so, I mean, the Night Hag doesn't have, I don't think, what did we say her blood was? Did we comment on what color blood she had?
Well,
I
no.
don't know. I think he said blue.
Oh, also
I
be
think-
aware that
I kind of remember blue too.
the
but I don't
necklace
know.
of her fingers is kind of on your bedside table.
On Danrock's?
Yeah.
Danrock,
I'm out
you
of
awaken
conscience,
you
though.
you awaken hours later to the sight of just these blue severed fingers attached to a rope. You grab them and you hold them close to your chest and you
Wait,
think,
was it a rope? I thought it was a
What
silver
could have been?
necklace.
what could have been? What could have been?
I think I just had like string.
Okay,
Sadly.
so they're attached to string then. But you hold them to your chest as you awaken. A tear rolls down your left eye. What could have been?
Oh dear.
I don't know what you do, but yeah, sure, yeah. With a 15, yeah, you touch it up. It's looking good.
Sweet. It's
got
now,
a little,
now like the polka dots in
Is
her
there anything
red.
special to that finger necklace, or is it just a necklace?
I mean, it's a trophy.
It's a finger necklace, Garrett.
I'm just trying to add it to my inventory.
Oh, you're going to keep it.
Well, yeah, I gave it to him.
Alright, well, I mean, the nails are pointed and sharp.
Well, what should I add it as?
Just do like add possession and just type in night hag finger necklace, I guess.
Okay.
Do you remember how many dragon skills I had? Because I think I wrote it down in the wrong thing, and it just put it down as weight. So I want to make sure that it's the same thing. I had like 14, right?
Yeah, because you had the two goblins give you theirs. Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so. Because I think Danrock was the one that rolled a crit on the collection.
Yeah. This
Oh.
guy's scaling it like fish,
Yeah.
or descaling it, I guess.
Yeah. So
I think I know what I want to do with those.
when you return to your room after depositing Danrock, Kalak Radoff looks at you and goes, "Well, that was certainly interesting. If you don't mind, I'm going to continue to stay right here in this nice wooden chair. It's got great back support. If anything else comes after you, but we do need to talk as a group in the morning."
Yeah, I kind of figured something like that was going to be going on.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
heard of
between
these
you
things.
and
And,
between you and me right now, I'll inform everyone else in the morning. But between you and me right now, this mind flayer, it's got some suspicious actions. They don't come this close to town unless they're looking to collect people to reproduce.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
so they have ships that collect people, and then they inject this little parasite in the eyeball, and it takes over the brain. It's a long process, a long story. I'll talk about it in the morning. We might want to take a rest, recover what else we have from that fight. I know your friend that you just carried off is probably both hurting and mentally and emotionally. Or
He'll be
physically
fine.
and
You could say he's as hard as a rock. Humor aside.
So I've heard. So
Literally and literally.
All right. So Susan's taking a nap downstairs in the base floor. He's not going all the way home. Radoff returns to his chair, throws his feet up on that little table next to the wall. I guess Kalak goes back to bed.
Just kind of collapses face first onto the bed.
This time without the ropes and bindings and
Yeah.
the pillow in the mouth. He subconsciously kind of pulls the pillow closer to his mouth throughout the night, but doesn't flinch a second. Kyveris is holding his goblins close because that was
Keeping a watchful eye.
Don't you
with
ever
a-
do that to Daddy again.
yeah. Hours pass, and you guys about, I say 8:30, right off, and Kalak start waking up, I assume. Kalak kind of reminds me of an early bird, but for right now, after last night, probably not
No,
today.
probably not.
Rain Inferno.
I told you no brand deals.
Wrote off the red nose right.
Oh God.
Right off, right off the red-eyed druid.
There you go.
Had a really shiny back.
He tries to he tries to remain quiet as he sneaks downstairs to grab a bite to eat. I'm assuming Collect probably wakes up not too long afterwards. Dan Rock, are you waking up early? Are you? You still have to get your arm.
I'm sleeping in, and then I'm just getting my armor on. So I would go to Kalak, make sure he's still there.
Hey, what if?
I'm just not in the room at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Just check to see if he's there or not, and then
Knowing that the night head is
quick
dead,
up.
throughout the night he snuck back up to the roof.
Finally, something a little comfortable.
Yeah. Finally, someone's
my
not
armor
fucking
is
with
all
us.
I'm saying. I quit my armor, so that's gonna.
So,
be an
what
hour.
if, since I wake up earlier, what if I whipped everybody up some breakfast?
Yeah, I can imagine Stonehill's probably like got there early to start prepping and opening things. He's probably got like a night shift front desk person
Yeah.
to like handle late night check-ins. And he's probably waking up early and he's coming in and you're just like walking into the kitchen. Oh, so can I help you, sir?
Oh, I just thought, I could borrow some of your kitchen stuff and whip up some breakfast for my boys. We had a
Oh.
rough night.
Oh. Hopefully nothing too bad.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
There's a slow blood. There's the blood is slowly staining the floor in that one room.
Oh,
body
I
is- The body
forgot.
is still there. You guys did
the
nothing.
body.
No.
We'll just cover
How
it
about
with
Kalai
markers.
remembers suddenly, goes back upstairs and tosses it out the window?
Everyone
Well-
just hears a crash outside. Oh, what was that?
Yeah.
Wait, are they awake yet? Or is this earlier before they wake up?
I'm assuming before Kalak probably goes back up onto the roof, he's like, "Oh fuck, hold on,"
Yep.
and takes the
Yep.
body out with him.
I very carefully avoid the green paint.
No, there's just
He-
a corpse
just-
covered in green paint.
Yeah, he dragged it through the paint and just as he goes out as he goes out and up the window, he just drops the body before he climbs up. One going up, one going down.
I gotta get lighten my load.
Stonehill looks at you and goes, "Well, you make me something, you can have the free reign of the kitchen."
Oh, that's a pretty good deal. I've never heard that one before. All right.
Hey, from what I understand, you brought that goblin chef into town. I heard a couple of them say that you cooked with them.
yeah.
I want to see what you can do. He goes. He gives you a wave and goes back up to the front desk as you go in there and you start making breakfast.
Don't worry, I'll do fantastic rolls of 3.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Performance check.
Okay. Well,
I guess. Don't you have like? Don't you have like cooking tools or something? I know
Might.
one of your goblins do. I know Susan does.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind if I borrowed it.
Probably.
I'm trying to check my. I thought I did. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and add a cooking. What the hell happened?
I don't know.
Okay, that's not what. Cooking utensil.
Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have any. I don't have anything like that from what I chose. Like no cooking set, no sewing set, no painting set, nothing like that.
Oh, I see. I hit the wrong button. Choose up. Yeah, cooks. Well, we'll do cooks utensils. That you've been cooking enough for the group. There we go. I added it to your thing in the campaign,
Okay.
so it's there. So that'll give you that'll give you advantage on cooking.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me 2d20s and take your highest one. This man's like, I got you right here. My hand
16.
is the highest one.
Yeah, the other
Alright.
one was 8.
All right, so that would be an 18 with your proficiency bonus. You got a fancy fucking breakfast going on right now.
Glad I didn't
Stonehill,
bugger that one.
yeah, Stonehill's sitting there at the front desk, just goddamn. Oh.
You smell something really good going on down under.
Yeah.
I don't know where the kitchen is.
Susan, you had walked past Susan. He was sleeping in a chair, like leaned up into the corner, arms crossed, just it looked like he was trying to keep an eye out throughout the night, but you know the action from the fight kind of tucking him out. He's softly snoring off in the corner.
Throw my cloak on him to keep him warm.
Oh right, you have a cloak. That's fine. The beaver cloak.
Yes. Which I'm thinking about upgrading.
Oh,
Or modifying, at least.
okay. Well, we all know how that's gonna do. We're going to take a trip to Mrs. Olderleaf. Come on now. The crowd goes wild.
Featured NPC of the day.
The featured NPC of like the last 3 weeks. Every time y'all come back to Phandalin, hey, we
I need something.
Winnie, yeah.
I'll pay you.
Poor Miss Olderleaf's technically rolling in dough at this point.
Yeah.
I think everybody we come across is in some way.
Fucking Susan is,
Everyone.
goddamn.
Benefit everybody we meet, unless they're bad guys.
Yeah.
Bad news for the bad guys.
Bad news for the bad guys. So you guys are you're cooking. We'll say it would take about a good 45 minutes to get a nice big breakfast going on. Everyone else is coming down, I assume. The goblins smell it.
Yeah.
Ruts and Droop are first one at the table. Ruts happens to look over at Susan, runs over, tugs on his leg, wakes him up, brings him over to the table.
Aww.
Still wearing your cloak.
Aw.
Danrock, are you still sleeping in, or?
No, I'm up. I'm down. My arm was equipped. Sorry. I need
Okay.
to add that. My arm is equipped, guys. My arm is equipped.
He's like, hold on, everybody. Hold on.
Time out. Hold on, I gotta put my...
That hag must have did something really nice to me. She must have loved me. Look, my armor is all stylized.
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying? Oh, stylized. Okay, I was gonna say you
And
trying
you
to
know
tell
what
me
the gal did? I didn't see that, so I just
Yeah, that's true.
assumed the hag
I was-
did it.
I thought you were about to tell me. Yeah, I walked in the collect room and equipped my armor. Oh look, the night hag put my armor back on. Ain't this lovely? I think where you were going with that. That's my bad.
Did I see the night hag die?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, you were leaving the room when Kalak had her tied up.
That's right.
Kalak and Radolf were the only ones left in the room when the psychic...
So I
Last-
still.
But would you be able to intuit it from the necklace of fingers?
No, I thought she left that for me. I don't know what night hags do.
Oh.
Where
Yeah,
is
because
my darling?
you cut her fingers off after he left the room.
This
Yeah.
is true.
So I'm still imagining she's alive. Where is my lovely darling this morning, by the way?
Susan looking around like, what are you... Wait, were you serious about proposing to her?
I assume so. Everything's a bit fuzzy. My head's ringing quite hard.
Yeah, it was that same psychic bless. You guys
But
were
it's
telling us
good
from
I'm
the
married,
cave.
though. Isn't that normal for?
I wonder how many of those somebody can be exposed to before this long time effects.
How many people am I cooking for? 7?
The entire town.
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna say I need a lot more treats.
So where is my beloved this morning? Is she out?
Kalak, did you come down from the roof? Do you wanna break it to this man?
How about I just hear it and I'm just shaking my head to myself while up there.
She fell out the window. I'm so sorry.
Why is everyone being so quiet? I demand to know where my beloved is.
I think she said yes.
She said yes, and then her head exploded from the sheer amount of happiness.
Because if I remember correctly, you asked her to marry you and she scratched your face.
That's just foreplay.
Oh,
Oh, Mom warned me
You were-
about people like you.
you're gonna, was it like constipate them, or not constipate them, or consummate?
Consummate,
Yeah,
yes.
consummate.
It's
Yeah.
Consummate, yes.
You, oh dear God, no. You just see Rutz has got his mouth open, just staring at you, and Droop's not even paying attention. He's just got his head down, just slowly eating. Just keep out of it. Just keep out of it.
You just hear Kalak laugh to himself on the roof.
It's that fucking Vegeta laugh
Yeah, there you
in the background.
go.
Yeah, Dan Rock, I'm sure she probably went home to collect her things. We'll find her. We'll see her later, okay?
I know.
There's a kind of like grimaces to himself, like Jesus Christ.
The weird part is she left the signet ring that I was gonna give her. I need to find her one of these days. I start eating.
Do you have the signet ring, or did you slip it on one of the fingers?
No, I have it on me.
Okay. I was getting worried there for a minute.
No, you're right. I did slip it on one of the fingers. Sorry.
Oh my God.
So it's
Yeah.
a necklace
So
with
it's-
fingers with a
yeah.
signet ring on it. Oh.
Well, Jacob, you gave me a good idea, so I'm going to use that idea. Sorry.
Okay, so did you put the necklace on, or you just have it
It's,
in your
it's
bag?
over my arm or on
Oh,
the
my
chest. Hanging. It shouldn't be-
You're trying to symbolize something that no one else is gonna understand. They're just gonna be like, God damn, this motherfucker killed a night hag. Look at this savage. Oh my God.
It's a cool ring.
Yeah.
I loved her, and I killed her.
I didn't know. I don't know what happened to her yet. So
Yeah, I
still
know,
thinking
I'm just-
she's alive. No one has broken that information to Dan Rock yet, so I'm gonna play Dan Rock.
Yeah, as far as Susan and the goblins go, they do not look like they are going to say a goddamn thing.
I'll probably
Anyway, I'm
bring it up
eating, so
eventually.
go on.
but
Next
I'm not
person.
there. I'm gonna assume I'm still cleaning up in the kitchen or something.
Probably. So all of you sit down, you have a good breakfast.
Let it be known. Wait, let it be known that I used some pet treats in this dish.
I am very
Okay.
worried now.
They taste
like,
like whatever
did
your
you-
favorite food is.
like, did you put them in like the
Does it clash
Just
with
gotta-
whatever was made?
I crumpled them up and like just put them in
Put
there
'em in-
somehow.
put them in the eggs or something?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
All right.
It's to spice up the flavor. You know?
So
See,
literal
you see
allspice.
You see the look on Rutz and Droop's face just light up, like, oh my God, it's this again.
It's this-
Susan takes a bite of it, and he's sitting there slowly eating. They go, never had eggs that have like taste like it's got bits of bacon in it.
secret recipe.
Kalak, are you eating the eggs?
Am I
We
even
might have
in
had you
there?
before. I was assuming you said you came back down. You shook your head at. Oh no, you were laughing on the roof.
Yeah.
Would you come down for breakfast?
Huh.
I'm sure the
Yeah, I'd
walked it
probably
up
yeah,
to you
I'd
at
probably
some
show
point.
up a little bit late, but yeah.
Yeah. So you got. Would you eat eggs though?
I mean,
Despite being
probably.
a humanoid bird. You guys probably don't lay eggs anymore, but
I think they do.
Ow.
I don't think.
I didn't just put them in the egg, so whatever he eats will taste a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah.
1 second.
I guess like a wormy taste. I guess I don't.
Wow.
Well, you're a bird.
Stereotyping.
Well, anyway, Dan Rock is crying while eating, saying how good it is. This is so good! This is the most divine food. I need to save some for my beloved. I section off a little section and wrap it up with a piece of cloth I have and stuff in my bag.
Guys, how do you think he'll react if I tell him?
The Kenku in the room is just
I
ignoring
need
you.
to add that as that's a custom item, right?
It's like
Would
an
it be a
elephant in
ration?
the room with the king.
Would that be considered a ration?
Oh,
Dad, don't even bother.
canker reproduction is similar to that of large birds. The
I'm gonna
female
Yep.
lays a clutch of 2 to 4 eggs that hatch after 60 days. Goddamn, 60 days.
Can
The
I do a smaller?
new hatchlings are featherless and helpless.
Oof.
You become adults at the age of 9. Within 6 to 8 months, they have adult feathers and are about able to function independently. At this point, they begin to learn to use the skills they need as adults:
Yeah,
thieving,
it's gonna
fighting,
have
disguise. If the hatchling is captured, it either lacks this training or has whatever minimal skills it acquired before capture. Okay. So I go back to my question: are you eating the eggs?
I mean, more than likely. To be perfectly
He's
honest,
like-
some birds are
it-
predatory, so
Yeah, he's like, these aren't canker eggs. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Hey, if I may ask though, what bird is Clack based off, if any?
pigeon.
Pigeon.
Pigeon?
Yeah.
Pigeon!
I was
Okay.
just curious, was all.
I was not prepared for this day.
I see.
I was expecting like the white-clawed raven, hawk of the north. No, it's just a pigeon.
It's just a pigeon guy.
No, he's based off a pigeon.
Well, if
I mean, hey,
if
that's
he's
kind of. I like it. That's
a
something.
homing pigeon. I can dig with.
I mean, I guess.
Anyway, go on.
Radoff comes back in. He's, snacking on some what looks like beef jerky, puffing on his pipe. He looks at you guys, goes, "Ah, good. All of you are awake and together." Off to the side, you see Stonehill just going to town on his own plate of food. Radoff looks at you, goes, "So, did y'all happen to save me a plate?"
Yeah, Danrock just put it in his pocket.
Hey, this is for my beloved.
That's fine. I was snacking on some jerky. I really didn't sleep too well after the fight.
You can have my plate if you want.
No, it's fine. He sits down with you guys at the table. Excuse me. Goddamn. Whew, smoking on that pipe. You know what I mean? He looks at you guys and, I was talking to Kalak last night after everyone went back to their rooms, and, something I need to discuss with all of you.
Aye.
Alright, sorry I was taking this up.
Oh, sorry.
So, if you remember, I told you before about 30 some odd years ago, I was part of an adventure group. Was it 30 or 50? One of the two. I don't know, I'm high.
I have a question in that case. When aren't you high?
Huh? You said you had a question. I didn't hear the second part.
When aren't you high?
Middle of the day and at night, usually.
Okay, I suppose that's fair.
Yeah. So, breakfast and dinner time is usually, puff, puff, take a trip time. So, when I was part of an adventure group, we had encountered some of what you may or may not know is called Giths Zerai. They are a race. They seem kind of a mixture of orc, goblin, and elf. Kind of. They're tall and slender like an elf. They kind of have like a goblin complexion, like the orc kind of like no nose, Harry Potter slitted nostril deal going on. And they're good. They're all right people. They're stern. They're very slow to trust. But they used to be slaves to the mind flayers centuries ago. And after overthrowing their breaking free from their, I should say, slave masters, they formed two factions. But that's neither here nor there. Both factions tend to fight in conflict with each other, but mostly with other mind flayers. That's why you don't see mind flayers in the material plane very much. They're usually confined to the astral plane, where every time they try to break into the material plane, there's either a Githzerai or the other factions called the Gith Yankee are there to stop that. While they don't care much for our plane, they don't want to see what happened to them happen to someone else. So we ran into this Gith Yankee. She was unfortunately the last survivor of her squad, I should say. But she still had a functioning ship. So we partnered with them to go after these mind flayers that were attacking Baldur's Gate years and years and years ago.
Ha 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 ha.
You good, Collect?
You didn't hear anything.
These are not the droids you're looking for. Got it.
So high, he's seeing into other dimensions.
Yeah, my personal badge kind of gives me visions, and I've seen some interesting things. Things that look like Warforged, but they're made completely out of metal and wires. Anyways, mind flayers have ships that they use to abduct people. And they use these people that they abduct, they leave them in these pods, and they insert a parasite into the victim's eye that burrows into the brain and slowly transforms them into new mind flayers. So the parasite's basically a mind flayer larva, baby, fetus thing that just overtakes the body. It needs a fully formed human body to become a new mind flayer. They don't reproduce like regular humans or other humanoids do.
Sounds almost like a homunculus.
Which is funny. They're great little pets, but that's neither here nor there either.
Monkey.
Well, homunculus is a creature in our world. They're little tiny little gargoyle-looking things. They remind me of excuse me. Sidebar. They remind me of a gray Stitch with wings from Lilo and Stitch. So remember the TV show where he had like 600 fucking brothers and sisters? He had to go find? So he reminds me of what one of them would look like, just gray.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
I'm gonna continue talking, and I'm gonna try to find a picture to send you guys. But goddamn, dying.
You're really playing your part there.
I'm not attempting. I'm not attempting to.
Excuse me.
You're good. Radolph looks at you and goes, so that's the main focus on that. The main problem I'm having here is mind flayers don't come to the material plane unless they're looking to reproduce. There seems to be one singular mind flayer, and I don't understand what's going on. Like, they function in a small group, like a small unit to man their flying machines. This one seems to have surrounded itself with not only a night hag, but from what you told me, gas, ghouls, zombies, and apparently brought back some bugbear that you guys fought. Susan was letting me know yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
None of this is making sense from what I understand, what I've encountered before, so you'll have to forgive me. My expertise and my experience is probably not going to help us that much until we get to the Mind Flayer itself. And I'm going to drop this picture here for everybody because it's funny. There you go. That is a homunculus.
Okay.
Obviously, you can change it, you can flavor it to whatever you want, but it's basically shaping a mixture of clay, ash, mandrake root, and blood. One can channel rare ritual magic to create a faithful squirrel-sized companion. Homunculus So it's basically a wizard or sorcerer thing that they can do. You'd have to be born with it or be able to use a lot of magic to.
I'm going to fully admit I didn't know there were homunculus in D&D. This is more a reference to Buso Renkin.
I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, it figures.
We learn something every day. We learn something new every day.
Yep.
So
Every new.
if you guys are planning on going to this cave to fight the Mind Flayer, I'm going to join you. I don't know if this is like a forward operation that they got going on in infiltration. Like, Mind Flayer is a very bad business, so we need to take care of this. So that means I'm going to do everything that I
Meet
can
my
to help.
beloved again.
Oh, no one told you.
Told me what?
Hmm.
Did she move? Is she coming here?
So do you remember last night when, I'm assuming me and Kalak weren't the only ones to suffer that massive psychic burst of energy?
Last night was fuzzy, to say the least.
Were you the one that collapsed in the hallway? Because I didn't see it.
Would I know that? I wouldn't know that, would I?
I mean,
If
you
you
might
are
remember
very-
walking out the
I remember
door.
walking in a hallway and then waking up in my bed, but that is the last.
So
memory
you
I
were
have.
the one. Kalak, you carried him to his room, didn't you?
I mean, yeah.
That's what you left for. All right. So the Mind Flayer.
No, I went down the
killed
street to
your
get
beloved.
milk. Of course I carried him to his bed. Jeez.
So the Mind Flayer killed your beloved.
My beloved is dead?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Dan Rock. I
You
thought
see
the
Ray-
necklace
Ray
of fingers
all-
might tell you.
I storm out of the room.
Radolf is looking at the rest of you going, I was going to tell him that she just died, but I figured, you know what? Let's get him focused on attacking the enemy.
It's a good idea.
So we basically went from me being an idiot to him being an idiot. Only,
Yes,
instead of it
but-
being the smallest, easiest to carry guy, it's now the one in all the armor. Great.
Don't worry, I have a friend at the entrance of town that's going to hold him.
All you need to do is get a green painted rock, and you can distract him for long enough,
It's
for us to
okay.
get.
Denrock, are you going, like, leaving town, or what do you... after
I
you leave
left the building.
What are you doing after you leave the building?
I am going to the one. So remember the rock temple, not temple, but the altar in the middle of town, right?
Yeah, the luck shrine.
Yeah, that's where I'm heading off to.
Okay, that's like literally across the street from
Yeah.
the Stone Hill Inn.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm going across the street.
Except he's yelling Looney Tunes style the entire way.
So we can from the few windows we can kind of just see him run over to the shrine, just collapse to his knees and throw his hands up in the air. We can almost hear. "Ah!"
I take the necklace and I put it on top of the rock, on the idol, around,
Okay.
And I take my signet ring back.
As you take the signet ring off and you put the necklace of fingers on the idol.
Man, this isn't screwed
Give
up
me
at
a
all.
religion check. Give me a religion check.
Let's see, 20.
Tends to be.
Should I do my good dice or my bad dice? I'm doing my good dice.
Bad dice, bad dice.
Wow, that's that's a, where is my religion plus? That's a dirty 20.
Dirty. Okay, this works.
Oh no.
When you put the necklace of fingers on the shrine, there's no one like around to see this, but there's a flash of light, and in the hands of the statue appears this small little image of this. She's not an old woman, like wrinkly skin. She's probably mid 40s, maybe young 40s, and
Younger than you, Dan Rock.
yeah, younger than you. And she's looking up at you, And she smiles, and she looks, and she goes, "Thank you. Thank you for freeing me."
My beloved! Here, take this! I tried throwing the food I captured.
Just all over the
This is,
electron.
this is like a small hologram, almost like a small ghost. So it kind of just like goes through her body, and she looks down and just sighs like, oh, "It's always how this happens, isn't it?" She looks back up to you and goes,
I cooked you breakfast.
"God bless your heart. You simple man."
Yeah.
At this point, Galactus is looking out the door, just
Yeah, like everyone's
Did
just like
Kalak see the
staring out
ghost,
the
or
door
is
like,
he just
"What?"
talking to himself in our perspective?
I mean, I probably just see him throw the food, and it's like, what is wrong with this man?
Yeah, like none of you guys can see this. It's only appearing for him. And she looks up and she goes, "Thank you. I was practicing magic and I guess I lost my way.
I
Thank-
loved you for the first time I laid eyes.
I hope to see
That's-
each other in the future.
That's a little strange, but I guess if you're ever in the ethereal plane, I guess we'll see each other again."
I
Hold you to it.
Why did I get stuck with the weird one? Again,
Bye,
thank-
my beloved. Bye.
Goodbye. Dan Rock, thank you. And the image fades away.
Just the statue is covered in breakfast.
Yeah, all you guys saw was him start wailing and crying and throwing food at the statue. Dan Rock, what are you do? You gonna go back into the building? You're gonna
In time, this is happening.
let me think. Can you cut to them? Let me think a little bit, if you don't mind.
Radolph looks, sees this thing, and goes, "It's not the weirdest shit I've ever seen, but God bless that boy's heart."
You're the only one here who does drugs. How do you think we feel?
Yeah, I can imagine you guys. He pulls out a couple extra spare pipes wrapped in cloth. He goes, "Y'all want a hit?"
I think I'm all right. Oh God, thank you.
Susan and the goblins wave their hands. Chimeras.
I'm just watching the goblins to see if they would accept it or not.
Fucking
Ooh.
mother hen Chimeras over here. Alright, more for me. So I'm assuming the plan is we might want to deal with this before moving on to anything else. Or we can...
Make a rain check? What are we gonna do?
Well, I was going to attempt to try to thin the enemy line a little bit. But if you guys want to join me, we should be able to make pretty quick work of this and get to that mind flare.
I do
Hopefully.
also have an idea, but it might be kind of douchey.
What do you got there, son?
What if we convince Danrock that the Mind Flayer is still somehow holding his lady and get him to crush them all with stone with his god? I don't know. This wasn't well thought through.
He's already
Well, yeah, but
enraged, clearly.
Yeah.
He threw his breakfast on the ground in anger.
Okay. I know what to do, by the way, so when you're ready.
Okay,
This isn't a good sign.
what are you gonna do?
Alright, I light a candle on top of the altar, and I cast a spell called Ceremony, and touch the dead fingers and use Funeral Rite, and I will burn one of my spell slots.
Ceremony.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're gonna have to give me a minute here. I need to look at paladin spells. I gotta figure out what the. You want to read that out for me?
Basically, I'm casting the spell Ceremony, I'm doing the Funeral Rite. You can touch one corpse, and for the next 7 days, the target can't become undead by any means short of a wish spell. Then I touch the fingers, so.
All right. You know it's a casting time of an hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while he's doing that, we can, do
Plan.
some business and
Yeah,
plan.
I'm doing a funeral outside at the temple. That's what I'm basically doing.
So halfway
Thank you
through
for
this,
coming. You see
half-
Pebbles just around the thing. Thank you for coming, Pebbles.
thank you for coming, Pebbles. Yeah, a couple Pebbles just roll up randomly. halfway through, halfway through your ceremony, the sister comes walking by, notices you sitting there kneeling, praying to the thing. She gives you a nod.
And then notices it's covered in
behind you.
breakfast food.
Yeah, she she gets a little closer and then she notices the fingers, and it's just like, but she notices that you are praying, so she stands behind you and bows her head, just in, I guess, in support. God damn. I guess during this time, you guys are finishing your breakfast. Right off is picking like at the bits and bobs left over in the kitchen. God damn.
You do his character too well, Jacob. Too well.
Encore.
Encore.
God damn, fucking throat. Yeah, Radolph looks at you guys. He goes, well, if we're going to do this, I think we might need a little backup to deal with the ghouls and the gas, so have a plan.
I mean, I know we got Silda, but that's about all I know about.
Well, I was talking to some of the miners yesterday, and
What are children gonna do?
I thought about making.
I am literally going to do this joke every opportunity I can.
I meant the dwarves.
About the same
Oh,
size.
yeah. No, I
Yeah,
know.
roughly about the same size. Yeah, I think Carp's maybe a couple inches taller than them. He's 10. So some of them are experienced fighters, and I'm thinking they might be able to help take care of the ghouls at the very least. While we focus on the more pressing issue of the mind flare.
I suppose my question is, should we wait for Danrock, or do we try to unglue him?
I say we wait. Let him do his
Would
thing
we
and
be
can-
able to tell what
we can
he's
prepare.
doing?
You can tell that he's doing a ritual.
Would we be able to tell that it's ceremony?
Probably not. I mean,
He might say it.
Kyveris probably could if he did an Arcana check.
You
But
guys want me to do that?
Radolph can probably do it as well if he does an Arcana check. It's a 6. What is his Arcana? What did I give him?
Oh, no worries. The 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say he's probably about like 50 minutes into this, so it's coming to a close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kyveris tells you, yeah, he's doing some kind of funeral rite. I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, you touch the fingers and it applies to the whole body because the
I don't
body
think.
is not that far.
I don't think it could have been
Not really.
undead anyway, could she? Her head was gone.
Well, depending on the spell cast.
Why are you going into that? Unless Jacob is just like, I had plans for this. Shit.
No, I mean, you're giving me post-mortem ideas, but there's no way I can implement this now because you've cast the funeral rite.
Exactly.
I like to watch Nickelodeon. It's okay, bye.
All the tactical. It's so tactical, it's all over the walls.